visibility. And what's this? Prowler on Jasmine Street.
Sierra 1, dealing.
The new bloke, Taverner.
Who's with him?
Di?
Okay, well, let me know if there are any developments. No drinks in here, Reg, you know that.
Well, whoever it was has long gone.
Well, he was right there, right where you are now.
Can you describe him?
He ran off as soon as I looked up.
But you saw what he was doing.
It was all so quick.
You saw him expose himself.
The last girl who was attacked was out there in those fields. They were playing rugby on them the next day. I was petrified. I screamed, and then he was gone.
Or was he black? White? Short? Tall? Blonde?
What about his clothes?
I'm sorry, I'm not a very good witness, am I?
No, you're not.
It's understandable. You've had a shock.
Well, I hope I haven't wasted your time.
Well, maybe you'll think of something later.
Look, what if he comes back?
Call us, don't hesitate.
I feel such a fool.
Well, that was a waste of time.
You think she's seeing things?
I didn't say that. But it was obvious the fellow was going to be long gone by the time we got here.
Perhaps if we weren't hassling innocent kids.
Don't you mean innocent black kids? Well, that's what you meant, isn't it?
3 women have been raped in this area in as many months. Of course, I wouldn't expect you to know that being you. But I would expect you to show some common courtesy to a lady who's been scared witless.
Maybe she didn't have any wit to begin with.
Oh, I can't wait till this week's over with.
What's that?
Either Waddle's off the car, or I am.
Has she upset you?
I'm not working with her. And before you ask, it's nothing to do with her sex, colour or creed.
What then?
She's clueless.
Well, don't sit on the fence.
She is. She hasn't got a clue. Out there on the street, she's a liability. Took her up in a nice cosy cad's room where she can play with the consoles, and she had to little old days falling up to complain about kids throwing stones. But don't ever, ever post her on the car with me again.
Who do you want to replace her?
Hollis!
That's who he's asked for, sir.
What is it with Reg? Is it a race thing?
No, I don't think so, sir. More of a personality clash. To be fair, Sir, Di is a bit of a station cat.
What you mean is her skills lie elsewhere.
If that's the way you want to put it, sir. But it could be more trouble than it's worth to swap Stamp and Taverner over.
Well, if you're happy.
Happiness doesn't come into it. Taverner's a bully. But if he pulls a sickie, we're down a driver.
Reg it is then.
Before we start, Reg, a few ground rules. The right-hand side of the car is my side of the car. I own it. I let you rent the left-hand side. You only enter the main set if and when I tell you. You only accept a call if and when I tell you. I do not do abandoned traces. I do not do sense hold-up alarms. And I do not do domestics. Other than that, anything goes. What gets said and done in the car stays in the car. And that cuts both ways. Any questions?
Yeah, why me?
Reg, I'm insulted that you ask. Your reputation precedes you.
Does it?
You are the main man.
Am I?
Oh, the man's a pig!
He wanted you off the car,
Insisted.
and Sergeant Gilmore backed him up. That's outrageous. What reason did he give?
He wanted someone with more experience.
That's bull.
Excuse me. Any chance of doing any work? You're going to sit there bitching all night.
This is righteous indignation. It's hardly bitching.
All men are pigs.
Tracy, this is DC Glaze.
Danny Glaze.
He wants to ask you a few questions.
Apparently you've got some information.
Have I?
Something to do with the recent attacks on women in the area.
A weird bloke.
Look, if
He's
this
got a record.
have you got a name?
Lamano.
Lenny Lamar.
That's him.
What makes Lenny Lamar your prime suspect?
My other half knows him.
Your other half?
They're not mates or nothing. He did time at Longmarsh.
Who, your other half or Lamar?
They both did. My Baz was doing 2 for thieving. Lamani was a sex case. All 40 what's it.
His girlfriend's a slapper that lives beneath us.
Well, we've already had Lamano in for questioning, and he had an alibi, and it checked out.
Oh. Then question him again.
It's not as simple as that.
My Baz says he's at it.
Oh, and your Baz has got evidence, has he?
The bloke's a kiddie fiddler. What more do you need?
Thanks, Sarge. There's nothing I can use here.
He exposed himself to Sharon on the stairs.
Huge!
Sharon,
I don't think you're going to get much out of it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a note of it, and when your friend's a little more, we'll talk, yeah?
Can't go home now.
Safer where you are, aren't you? I'm sorry about that.
Passes the time. Besides, might give me a chance to look up Lamani's details again.
Monroe's all right. He'll give you backup for anything you want to do, as long as you're not out of order.
Bit stiff though, isn't he?
Well,
Some bloke went Looney Tunes, didn't he? What happened there?
Dave Quinnan. He had a bit of a breakdown, that's all.
Donald, wasn't he?
Hey?
Donna kebabbed, stabbed.
He nearly lost his life.
What about the sergeants?
June Ackland, she's very reliable.
Got the old Doris, yeah?
Yeah, well, you won't get any trouble out of her. Matt Boyden, he can be a bit funny. He prefers the easy life. He's a bit of a ladies' man as well.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not married, are you, Reg?
No, well, unfortunately, I've yet to meet the right person.
You'd have to be very special.
Yeah.
And what about Gilmore?
He hasn't been here very long.
Bandit, isn't he?
He's of the homosexual persuasion, if that's what you mean.
Who persuaded him? That's not natural, though, is it?
I don't know about that.
Now, 2 women you can understand.
Can you?
Well, doesn't that get your juices going?
Not really, no.
What does float your boat, Reg?
I don't know, I haven't really thought about it.
You're pulling my plonker. The average man's supposed to think about sex something like every 6 seconds.
Well, perhaps I'm not the average man.
I'll say that again.
It could be any one of them. If we went over there now, guaranteed at least one of them would be carrying something.
Bloke they're looking for is black, though, isn't he?
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, most of those kids are white.
And that makes them innocent, does it? We're all culpable in a modern society, Anthony.
What?
I'm just yanking your chain, mate. I'm just bored, fed up with having to sit here because a group of know-it-all councillors decided it would buy them votes in the long run.
Tolerant, high-profile policing, that's what the residents want.
And did anyone ask them that?
I guess not.
Exactly. They know that we know that they know we can't touch them for anything less than a major offence.
You lost me.
We're a target.
Well, it beats picking up inebriated bridesmaids.
Feel like spam in a can.
Always drive around the block again if you like.
Oh, could we?
Aye, Reg. This looks interesting. Can we help you girls?
Wait for the night bus.
Night bus. Hey, where do you live?
Epping.
Epping. That's a long way out, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's why we're waiting for a night bus. Can't afford a cab, can we?
I don't know about that.
Nice guy.
Shifty gear, Reg. What? Well, we can't let these ladies walk home, can we?
But they're waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be one in 10 minutes.
Well, don't let them know that. These are 2 very attractive young ladies. Don't make it so obvious.
What?